I thought that was in the net. It went over to the far side. Battling down low in front of chance. A shot. It's gone!
He will not be denied twice. He will not be denied twice.
Billy Quinn, let's freaking go. That's how you do it, my boy. Passing back over to Novak. Novak taking it around over to the far side. Going to try and connect with Chinikov if he can. But here we go. Oh, boy. Here we go over to the near side. Carlton passing across. A chance. A shot. He's on! Penguins! Let's freaking go, baby! Stand the kid!
Took it on his
Stand the kid!
took it on his shoulder and said, "Let me just clear this one."
That is how you do it. Stand the kid clearing the Penguins bench. Let's let that horn sing, baby! That is how you do it. The Pens pulling a comeback win off and not blowing it. That is how you freaking do it. That's how the Pittsburgh Mother-Loving Penguins do it. If they keep playing like this, we'll be covering Penguins hockey late into the summer. Let's go! The Pittsburgh Mother-Loving Penguins getting a big overtime goal. Ready to roll. Face off in the Pens offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Red Wings. Sider along the far side boards. Up through the far side. Battling into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pens to the near side. Here comes Crosby. Looking to pass it across. He's a chance. A shot. It's gone! Ross! Front of the net, working with that puck, clearing it out at Kendall. A chance, a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Igor Chinikov! Getting his first goal as a Penguin. Let's go, baby! 2-0 Penguins. Let's go! That is how you freaking do it. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of JasonsRealm here today, bringing you his live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the New York Mother-Loving Islanders hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets. A big game in the entire playoff race in the Eastern Conference. This game between two teams who are vying for 2 spots alongside the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins, Isles, and Blue Jackets all vying for 2 playoff spots in the Metropolitan. The 2 guaranteed playoff spots that'll go to, presumably, 2 of these 3 teams will end up getting those playoff spots. We will see what ends up happening, but it should be a very good game here between these 2 contenders. The Isles have been up and down. They've been a little bit inconsistent as of late. Those are my big concerns with New York. But looking at the Blue Jackets, man, they have been on a tear. They have been incredibly hot as of late. So they are rocking and rolling into what should be a very good game and finish to the season. Penguins got put through a wall. Oh, that was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad, Joda. Oh my gosh. But the stream went well, at least. Let me see. If you want to join game day, VC, I am live. Oh. Dad's calling. Dad's calling to the stream. What's good, Dad? You're on stream.
Hey, you locked the door on us.
Oh, you went out the back door. Oh my gosh, I thought you guys went out the front. Oh my gosh, I will be right back, guys. I will be right back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought you guys went out the front door. All right, we are back, ready to roll. Yeah, my parents went over to talk to one of the neighbors, and I inadvertently didn't realize they went out the back door, not the front door. So, you know, when I stepped outside to look at a storm coming through, you know. But here we go. Into the near corner. We already have puck drop. To the far side, the Isles trying to move it out of their own end. Working down low is Danton Heinen. Okay. So here we go. The Isles moving it up now. The near side off of Tony D'Angelo into the offensive end. They send it into the corner behind Greaves in net. Moving it around the near side, tied up down low behind the net to the far side. Working with it now is going to be around the far side. That is going to be again Heinen, I believe. Into the corner, he sends it to the far side again to the top of the zone. Heinen keeping it in. Near side off of Provorov. Top of the zone shot, not going to go to the net. Over to the far side and moving it to the top of the zone. Here comes for the Blue Jackets, Cole Sillinger. To the near side, top of the zone from the point, not able to connect. And that puck gets cleared all the way out. Giving chase is going to be number 15, Dante Fabreau. Into the near side of the offensive end, over to the far corner, they send it. Battling for that possession, gets cleared out all the way back into the defensive end of the near side for the Jackets. Moving it up now the near side to the offensive end, ready to rumble into the corner. The Isles quickly, though, getting to it and knocking it out the other way. A breakaway, Horvat, he shoots, he scores! Horvat with his 29th goal of the season for the Islanders. Oh my gosh, I did not hear that, Aaron. Wow. Oh my gosh. Real quick, let me send the, that was quick. Let me see here. Let me see. I've seen a PDF wants to join. Yeah, that was quick. That was quick, Cheryl. And I'll take a look at it here. I'll look it up when we get a second here. So right now, back in behind the net of Greaves, over to the far side, battling for possession towards the near side. Here come the Jackets, all the way clearing that puck all the way out off of the stick of Mason Marchment, giving chase. Adam Fantilli beats out the icing and into the corner near side, top of the zone. Yes, sir. I did not catch that, Sports Victor. My bad. I was caught up on a bunch of different things. But, yeah, that was quick. First shot, first goal, over to the far side. Now working with it all along the boards is going to be Andre Palat. Top of the zone, down low, able to connect with his line mate Holmstrom. Into the corner, passing towards the top of the zone. Working it now near side for Schaefer. Schaefer passing to the point. Working to the near side. Puck comes loose. The Blue Jackets trying to race to get a breakaway here. That's going to be Marchment, but he can't quite beat it out. There was Adam Pelech. That was right there on top of it, and now goes back to Schaefer. Back in behind his own net. Over to the far side. The Isles punching it now, wing to wing to the near side, off of the stick of Brady Shen, into the offensive end, trying to move it around all along the backside to Barzal, and out to the far corner they go. Top of the zone, shot from the point, not gonna go. Over to the near side, moving it out now the other way is going to be the Blue Jackets into the offensive end. Wrapping it around, that's Kent Johnston. To the area behind the net, loose in front, shot, not able to make a shot. Nice job by Barzal to take out the shot opportunity. Clearing it up into the offensive end, chasing it into the corner. Oh, Richie is down. We need a whistle. Oh my gosh, I wish I didn't see that. Oh my gosh, Richie got checked head first into the boards, and he is down. Thankfully, he's moving, but he is down. Oh my gosh. Bro just went head first into the dasher. Oh my gosh. That was nasty. Oh, they're going to replay it. Yeah, Severson just got in the way of Richie. He stopped right in front of Richie, and Richie collided into him, stumbled over him, and went head first into the boards. Ooh, that was nasty. Thankfully, he's skating under his own power. He's skating under his own power, which is good to see, but oh my gosh, that was nasty. Oh my gosh, that's probably concussion, considering how he's moving around fine. He's only in hockey. You crush into the boards, you go motionless, and then you just sit right back down to the bench. No, it wasn't on purpose. It just, he was stopping near the boards, and Richie just went right there. Might be a little bell ringing, but he's not going down the tunnel just yet, which is kind of surprising. Looks like he's wanting to continue playing. Islanders win the draw. Over to the near side to the offensive end, down into the corner, wrapping around to the far side. Hockey players are tough. That is true. It's just funny because of how much concussions are like a big point of emphasis in the NFL, that all of a sudden a player just clearly gets concussed and nope, sitting on the bench. The puck gets cleared out into the neutral zone. Okay, we might get a PDF sighting later tonight. But into the near corner behind the net of Greaves, playing it to the far side, and back in behind the net to Werenski. Moving it out himself to the far side in front of the Blue Jackets bench, through center to the near side, able to connect it. That's going to be off the stick of Stillinger, down low, wrapping around and frozen by the goalie, Ilya Sorokin. All right. So there we go, ready to roll. So they're stepping away for a brief partial pseudo-commercial thing, whatever. Looking at Patrick Waugh in his third season as the Isles head coach. And not doing too bad this year, but the Isles are starting to fall off a little bit. The wheels are starting to come a little loose, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll see here. Looking at Horvat winning the draw over to Donnie D'Angelo to the far side. And let me see. Yes, let me take a look. NHL report. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow. Wow. That is, oh my gosh. That is crazy. That, oh my gosh. Wow. A reporter for the Wild. Wow. Man, that's tough. Well, here we go. Back to the hockey near side. Face off one. Blue Jackets back over to the near side along the boards. Marchment dumping it in. Into the offensive end. Taken there back by Pelech to the far side. Top of the zone. The Blue Jackets trying to keep it in. And the puck goes out of play. Yeah, it's a tragedy, man. Total tragedy. So here we go. Getting ready to go. 15:55 to go in this first period. Face off coming up. Ready to roll here. The Isles finding themselves with a 1-0 lead. Face off one. Now that's going to be Schaefer behind the net to the far side in his own zone. Dumps it up along the boards, along the near side. Able to connect with Heineman. And it's going to be taken back by the Jackets to the near side. Into the corner, down low. Couple of checks dished out. Centering pass over to the far side. Shot! Denied by Sorokin. And what an attack. What an assault by Columbus there. Part of that assault there going to be Damon Severson, who's taken back off of the stick of Kirill Marchenko, centers to Fantilli, who then hands it off to Severson, who just rips it into Sorokin. Who do we want being Penguins fans? It's really a tough one. The one thing that I'm rooting for, no matter what, is no overtime. The last thing Pens fans need is this game to generate 3 points. I mean, I think personally, I'd rather see Columbus win, even though the Pens dropped today. The Pens will drop to third, but, you know, Columbus is not going to sustain, and the Isles drop another point, or another 2 points behind the Pens, to be 5 points behind them. But here we go. Or actually, no, we'll be staying 3 points behind the Pens, but either way. Back on around to the near side. And up to the top of the zone. Shot not going to go. Over into the far side corner. Working with it now. Going to be off of the stick there of Susi. Around the near side. Down low in the corner. Cycling it around again. Back into the corner. Battling down low. Racing for it. The Jackets are to the near side. Along the side. And top of the zone. Centering to the point. Driving it into the far side. Here come the Isles. Trying to find some room. Looking for Susi. Dumps it back to the far side. From the point. Leaving it now to the far side. Still driving down, shot goes in front of the net, over to the near side, worked off from Barzal, and back across now to Susi from the point, passing down low to the near side corner, over to the far side, and that puck is going to maybe get cleared out by the Jackets, and now it will. And either way, Sports Predictor, this game does not bode well for the Penguins either way, because, well, these two teams are fighting for one of the Penguin spots. But here we go, over to the far side. The Jackets clearing it out of their own end by Provorov. Into the offensive end, deflected off of Sorokin. Wing-to-wing pass to the near side, over to Mayfield, and clearing that puck all the way out. Played by Greaves, no icing. And here we go to the far side. Going to be taken now by Fabreau. Wing-to-wing to Provorov, dumping it into the offensive end. Over to the far side. Horvat pass intercepted. Shot. 2 shots. Still not going to go. Oh, man. If Marchman was just in a slightly different position, that was a wide open goal. But Schaefer takes it back for the Isles, intercepted up to the top of the zone. Fabreau sending it down low, back in behind the net. Schaefer right on top of it. Over to the near side, clearing it up. Bo Horvat at center ice. Centering pass there to Pelech. Into the offensive end they go. Sending it behind the net of Greaves to the far side. Trying to connect with Heineman. In front of the net now. Bo Horvat shot, not gonna go. Over to the near side now. That's going to be Zach Werenski into the offensive end for Columbus. Driving it in. Pass off to Fantilli. Shot. Not going to go. Still loose behind the net to the far side. Top of the zone. Puck gets cleared into the neutral zone. And the Jackets got to tag up. Chasing it down to their own end. Wing to wing to Werenski. Along the near side boards. Passing it up. Dumped back in by the Isles. Behind the net of Greaves is going to be Werenski. Oh, I know you are, man. But I'm just saying, either way, the Pens are kind of screwed. Either way, this game happening just kind of does not benefit the Pens. I mean, really. But here we go, into the near corner, down low, Andre Palat, taking it back for the Isles, clearing it up to center towards Horvat, passing back, and the puck gets cleared back in behind Sorokin. To the near side, Mayfield, leaving it out there, taken back by the Jackets in the offensive end, Lundestrom to the near side, and here come the New York Islanders. Pajot into the offensive end, into the corner, chasing, big collision into the boards. Over to the near side, working with it now, off the stick of Holmstrom, top of the zone, D'Angelo. From the point, sending shot, loose after the rebound to the far side. Here come the Jackets with a chance. 2-on-2, dumping it into the offensive end. Giving chase is going to be Matejchuk. And taken back by the Isles in the near side corner down low. Wing to wing pass to the far side, and the Isles moving it up now through center. Over into the offensive end. Barzal with a chance. In the circle on the far side. Passing to the point. Shot not going to go. Gloved by Greaves. Yeah, both can be for a spot along the Pens. Absolutely. So this game happening just does not benefit the Penguins in any way. Personally, I'd like to see Columbus win just to create a little bit of extra separation. But really, it just does not matter. Also, by the way, I'm trying to go 9-0 in fantasy hockey, and I have a 30-point lead exactly over my opponent. This is the last day of the week, and next week is the championship, so wish your boy luck. Let's take a look real quick, though, at the rest of the games going on today. The Predators winning in overtime 3-2. This is the Penguins also dropping 5-1, obviously. But the Vegas Golden Knights, that's going to be McNabb with his 4th goal of the season, putting Vegas up 1-0 over the Dallas Stars. And what's at stake in that game? Well, I'll tell you. Let me pull up the standings here, the playoff scenarios. So, looking at how this game is impactful. If Vegas gets a point or more, then Vancouver is relegated to only having a chance to make the playoffs via a wild card spot. Whereas also Dallas, with a win over Vegas, will reach 99 points, clinching a playoff spot because the max point potential of every other team in the playoff race is at a 98 or less. So a big game there for the Stars as they are trying to clinch a playoff spot. And again, even though the Pens did not win or get a loss in overtime, if the Blue Jackets win, the Rangers are eliminated from the Metropolitan 2nd seed. That is kind of the way things sit. So all the games going on right now, and then even later on tonight, if Utah loses, then they are eliminated from the 1st seed in the Central Division. Because Colorado has 102 points, and the max points for Utah would go to 100. So even an overtime loss, they need the full 2 points to stay alive. So here we go. We got a face off on the far side. Bo Horvat going to take the draw up against Charlie Coyle. Up to the top of the zone. Here come the Jackets punching it out now through center. Into the offensive end. That's not offside somehow. Shot not going to go. Over to the far side corner. Tied up down low. And now still battling it out. Top of the zone. The Isles coming away with it. Pass intercepted by Werenski. Into his own end. Looking for some help. And going to go to the far side. Aggressive play there by Anders Lee to try and take that puck back, but over to the near side into the offensive end. Coyle rips a shot, goes off the skate of his own teammate, off of number 34, going to be, I cannot tell you. I don't have him for whatever reason. But up to the top of the zone, shot denied, and here come the Isles. Down low, chasing for that puck. Tony DeAngelo sends it up to the top of the zone, kept in by Coyle. Shot gets deflected to the near side. Werenski, his shot doesn't make it to the net, and it's a foot race to the puck. Taking it back now, here comes Werenski. Passing, centering in the neutral zone to Coyle. Over to the far side, goes into the offensive end, chasing it down. In the corner, Kirill Marchenko from the top of the zone, taken back by the Isles. Over to the near side, through center to the offensive end, they dump, chasing it out, and we're gonna get a whistle for icing on the Islanders. Oilers do not want the Vegas to win. Absolutely, abso-freaking-lutely. That is kind of where things sit with that. But a lot of playoff implications in the Western Conference tonight, and a little bit in the East. Again, the Rangers with a Blue Jackets win would be eliminated from the second seed in the Metropolitan. Taking a look at Bo Horvat, 29 goals this year, leading the team. And here we go. Face off, battling for that puck, and the Isles coming away with it to the near side in their own end. The Blue Jackets out shooting the Isles 6-3. They are turning into a high-volume shooting team, playing to the near corner. The Jackets getting it back along the boards off of Marchment into the neutral zone, taken back by the Isles over to the far side, dumped into the offensive end off the stick of Soucy. To the near side, and the Isles get it back into the offensive end behind the net of Greaves. Comes over to the near side to Provorov, working his way through the near side. That's going to be Marchment looking for some help, not finding a whole lot. Now hits Fantilli. Puck goes loose to the offensive end into the near side corner, battling for that possession. Coming up now is going to be Peugeot, passing to the far side boards, racing into the corner, but taken back off of the stick there of Kent Johnson. And cleared all the way out. No icing. Played there by the goalie off of Sorokin. And back in behind his own net. Working with it now is going to be Boqvist. All right. So moving it now through center into the offensive end. The Isles sending it around the near side. Down low into the corner. Barzal playing it. And still tied up. Big aggressive play there by Kent Johnson to take that puck away. But still tied up down low. Over to the far side. Shen. Top of the zone. DeAngelo. Shot. And loose but frozen up by Greaves. 8:57 to go here in the first period. The Isles with their fourth shot on net. And 6 for the Jackets so far. And they are stepping away for a commercial break. All the teams are so close in the Pacific and Atlantic. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. The big thing that's differentiating these teams, though, and again, if you guys are in the Discord server, you guys will see it. There is the NHL stuff. You'll see NHL standings. I include a metric that the NHL doesn't. And honestly, I don't know why they don't include it. It is a simple extra column that tells people how close teams are to elimination or how a team clinched. It's called max points. You know what I mean? I use max points to know that since the Rangers dropped their game today, their max point potential goes down to 86 because they lost a game, right? So they were 88 points potential. It's assuming they win every single game going out. 2 points a game for every single game. Because they lost, let's see. Okay, just want to check something because I'm getting some messages on Discord, so I just want to take a look over there. But yeah, so essentially max points works by saying you have 10 games left, right, in theory. Well, that means you can get 20 points. So your max points is your current point total plus however many games you have times 2. So essentially what I do is, like, for instance, the Rangers entering today, they had played 69 games. And using, wait a minute, that math does not look right. That math does not look right at all. Let me take a look here. Let me redo the math. They have 64 points, but they have 82 minus 69. They had 13 games times 2 plus 64. So actually their point potential should be 90. So their point potential drops to 88. So technically they cannot be eliminated from Metro 2. So I was wrong. But when it's right, the max points just takes the amount of games that you have left, multiplies it by 2, and adds that to your current point total. That way you could see, oh, okay, looking at Buffalo and Tampa Bay, well, Buffalo has a whole 4-point lead. But because the game's in pocket, they have the same exact point potential. So it tells you that, in theory, Tampa Bay could still take that division. You know what I mean? They still control their own destiny to a point. You know what I mean? Even with these two teams. The Islanders, I would say, need this game more because their max points potential is 107. The Blue Jackets is 111 entering this game. So, just something that I thought about and something that I started working with. So, we'll see. We got a far side draw here. The Owls winning 8 of 10 faceoffs. The Blue Jackets winning the other 2 and make that 9 of 11. And a shot going to be loose in front of the net of Greaves over to the near side. Puck gets cleared out of the Isles offensive end, working it around the near side, taken back into the offensive end. Barzal to the far side in front of the net. Could not hit Holmstrom along the top of the zone, sent in by D'Angelo. Let's see, we've got Craig saying, as a Pens fan, I want the Blue Jackets to win, leaving the Owls 3 points behind, lesser of 2 evils. Absolutely. Especially, I mean, the only thing is, I would be fine with the Isles winning as a Pens fan for one reason. The Islanders are less consistent than the Blue Jackets. Since the Blue Jackets fired their coach, they have been consistently good. Whereas the Isles, as of late, the wheels have been starting to get a little shaky. So I don't have trust that the Isles will win their way into the top 3. So I'd rather have a little bit of space with Columbus so that we can get that second seed in the Metro and have that home ice advantage, in theory. So I'm fine either way. I think if I had to choose, I'd rather see the Isles win because I think the Isles are just less consistent overall. They've been showing it as of late. They haven't been strong a lot of times. Like, they'd go and dominate one team that they should be in a close game with, and then the next game they should get an easy win and they blow it. You know what I mean? They just aren't showing me consistency, the consistency I'd want to see out of a playoff team. But yeah, NHL, max points. Get on it, please. I'm dying here. I'm having to do it all on my own, and it's something that's frustrating because I can't, you know what I mean? Sometimes I have math errors. But here we go. Far side, the Isles sending it into the offensive end. Back on in behind the net of Greaves, working it around to the near side. Along the boards. Trying to send it up now to the top of the zone and clearing it out. As long as the game doesn't go to overtime. Exactly. The thing I am rooting for is no overtime. That is the only thing I'm rooting for. I can live with either team winning. I just cannot live with overtime. So here we go. The Jackets centering pass in through the neutral zone. They come over to the near side and into the offensive end. Along the boards, down low, Kirill Marchenko. Along the far side, Schaefer playing him aggressively. Tied up, and the Isles get it, flipping it out. And here comes your icing on the Isles. Horvat could not quite beat it out. Oh, man. But yeah, that's kind of what we're pulling for. Kind of what we're rooting for here. You know, I just see Columbus as more of a threat. So, you know, I just see Columbus as a more long-term threat because they fired their coach, and as soon as they fired their coach, they consistently started playing much better. The Isles have been like, we're good. Okay, we're not. They're still not bad. They're not, you know, March of the Red Wings down the standings bad, but, you know. Would you keep going back and forth with goaltenders? Personally, I would, in a sense, because I see both goalies as similar. If I'm being completely honest, neither of those goalies are going to take a game and dominate a game. Shilovs or Skinner. But when you end up playing defense for them, they both can take you as far as the defense will carry you. And that's the thing that we need to see out of the Penguins. They need to play consistent defense. Like, the one thing that sticks out to me, it was one of the goals here. I think it was the second goal of the game. It was the second or third goal. And in that game, the shot is fired. Nolachari tries to block said shot. He misses, and Connor Clifton's just standing there watching the puck go into the net. Like, Connor, he's a forward. Yes, he can block shots, but that's not his job. His job is not to be the shot blocker. I would rather see both of you go down and them get a back-end goal than you just stand there hoping that Nolachari blocks the shot and watch it go into the net while you stand there. You know what I mean? And there was a couple of cases like that today where the Pens just didn't play solid defense. And because they didn't play solid defense, they let up goals. And there was another one where, like, I think it was Wotherspoon was trying to play the player and the puck, not the player that the puck was gonna get passed to, ultimately creating the goal, making Stuart Skinner have to make an impossible move from left to right in the blink of an eye. So, you know, it looks like Columbus getting hit with a delay of game there. Gonna be on Denton Matejchuk. That means the New York Islanders are going on the power play. It's like Schaefer, Barzal, Horvat, Shannon, Richie out there. What, Richie's back in? After that hit he took? Wow. The NHL really doesn't care about concussions. Wow. But here we go. Over to the top of the zone, cycling it around, near side, wrapping, not able to punch it in was Richie. He did well for what he could. There were some goals that were like, Stu, what are you doing? But a lot of it comes down to the defense. The Avs game will be tough. I think that personally, a nice shot there by Shen, by the way, top of the zone, and the Owls clear themselves out. But personally, I think the Pens kind of take it on the chin on Tuesday. But then after that, you have the Senators, which is winnable. Ottawa has been playing way above their pay grade. Then you got the Stars, which, again, I think the Pens can get a point out of Dallas. Then you got, oh my gosh, who else you got? You got the Isles and the Red Wings, who both aren't really playing consistently right now. I think the Pens could potentially get, 5 points out of the next 4 games. Oh, what was that collision at the blue line? That was a weird collision. But the Isles cycling around the far side. Barzal with the puck. And here we go. Near side, sent down low into the corner. And the Isles trying to clear it up. Still tied up now. Near side, kept in by Schaefer. Down low. 43 seconds on the power play. Shot denied by Greaves. And the Jets, not the Jets. Oh my gosh. Jet Greaves and I said Jets. The Blue Jackets clear it out. So here we go. The Isles working with it out of their own end, ready to roll. Over to the near side of the offensive end. It's getting a bit chippy here at the blue line. And we got a fight breaking out, or trying to break out. Everybody grab your partner. Swing them round and round. Heineman in there, losing his helmet. You got in there, who's that, 24 for the Jackets, Olivier. You got in there, Pajot, D'Angelo. Oh my gosh, everybody's in there. It started with it started with Anders Lee. Everybody getting in there. What happened was, that's what happened. Anders Lee did not like the check that he got from Sillinger. Or not Sillinger, my bad. That was actually Lundestrom that ran into him, and he did not appreciate that, which led to everything else that just went on. So, yeah, Anders Lee, not real appreciative of that. And he made sure that the Jackets knew it. So here we go, over to the far side. Still on the power play for 24 seconds are the Islanders. And ready to roll. So here we go. Far side circle in the neutral zone. Pajot going to take the draw here against, who is that? Going to be against Coyle. And the face-off won by Pajot. Top of the neutral zone. Here come the Isles. Dumping it into the offensive end. Over to the far side. Into the corner. Tied up. The Jackets clearing the zone big time. This might be a rough game considering the tight race for the playoffs. It will be probably, but what's good, Gavin? Go Blue Jackets. We're down by 1. Actually, as a Penguins fan, I am actually kind of siding with you guys today. So the power play is killed. Jackets back to full strength. But I'm kind of siding with the Blue Jackets tonight. No team can afford to have a 3 or 4 game pointless streak, or it could be home watching. Yeah, exactly. The East is incredibly tight. And the Penguins, I think that, I think they're going to benefit a lot from their April schedule. I see 10 points easy in April. 2 games against Florida at home. You have the Blues. You have a home or you have the Devils in New Jersey. You have a home and home with Washington. I mean, all of that. You're talking points, 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 and points. Or at least potential, as long as the Pens play up and play well. So, not saying they win them all, but I think they get 3 points in each of those back-to-back series. The home and home and the double home series. That's 6 points right there. Then you got the Blues, and you also got in there the Devils. I think they could win both those games. But here we go. Ready to roll back on in behind the net of Greaves to the far side. Played by Kirill Marchenko up into the neutral zone. He clears. And the Isles to the near side. Moving it up the other way with Peugeot. Into the offensive end. Dumped in by Schaefer. Over to the far side. Sent back down low. Racing for it. And trying to battle for that possession. Kept in near side on a pass. Able to Boquist. Shot not going to go. Again along the far side. Off of Ritchie. And over into the corner they send it. Tied up there, and there is going to be Werenski taken back by the Blue Jackets to the near side. Werenski needing to get off the ice. He's been out there for 1:45. Over to the near side, corner down low. Boquist not able to get there in time. Chasing around there is going to be Susie up to the top of the zone, and the puck gets cleared. The Isles go for a change. Ritchie hopping off. And here comes number 15 for the Jackets, Dante Fabreau. To the near side, into the corner. Played down by Susie and the Isles, moving it up the other way. The Islanders game is going to be playoff atmosphere. Absolutely. Abso-frickin-lutely, man. I'd love to be at that game, but the tickets are probably like $100 a piece, even for the nosebleeds. And my philosophy is, if I am going to a hockey game and sitting in the upper deck, getting a wide view like I would on the TV, but not able to stream coverage of it, why am I even there? You know what I mean? Otherwise, I could be home streaming coverage of that game. Depending on even what day it is. I don't even know what day it is of the week. Because if it's Tuesday or Thursday, those are tough days for me as it is. What's good, John? A shot gloved by Greaves. Yeah, so for me, my philosophy is if I'm not going to be going to a game, or if I'm going to a game and I'm not in the lower bowl, in the lower bowl, I might go live, and I'd probably do a game day vlog, just like I did for that Pens Blues game. You know what I mean? But, whereas, if I'm in the upper deck, it doesn't really make sense for me to do a game day vlog. You know what I mean? So, the philosophy there is, if I'm going to a game and I'm in the upper deck, and I can't even make a game day vlog out of it, and I'm not doing live coverage, what am I doing? Why am I there? You know, if I wasn't doing this channel, I'd love to be there. But since I'm doing the channel, why not be here and be live with you guys, talk hockey with you guys, cover the game, you know what I mean? Maybe get some growth on the channel, you know what I mean? That's kind of the philosophy I've shifted my mindset to. So every time I go to like a hockey game, I'm always going down low. Same thing with the Pirates games I go to this year. I'll be going to Pirates games down low in the lower sections, and thankfully those are affordable. I mean, I can get a few rows off the field for like 50 or 60 bucks. Oh man. And take a look at our poll in the chat. 11 votes in the poll, and we are split 55-45 in favor of the Isles, very slightly. But yeah, I mean, that's the philosophy I kind of shifted to, is that if I'm not able to make content with it and use that to help grow the channel, what am I doing? I love being here, watching the game on the TV and covering it with you guys. You know, I mean, I get it. If you want to be at a game, yet you don't have the funds to afford a $150, $200 ticket for one night, plus parking, plus any beer or beverages or drinks or food you get at the game. You know what I mean? I totally get it. I totally get it. But for people who are in my boat, right, where we're doing this, we're doing live coverage, we're talking sports, there's no real point for me to be in the upper decks. Exactly. It's fun to go and be in the moment. But yeah, and so of course, for people who can't really afford a lower bowl seat, like, I'll be honest, I'm going to a game here within the next couple weeks, and it's costing me like $160 to go to the game. I got the money so I can make it happen. I can't do it all the time, but you know what I mean? If you can't afford that, it's not, you know, it shouldn't just be a bar to get you out of the game. So, here we go. Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh, if the Penguins make the playoffs, Pittsburgh is going to be a nightmare. Oh my gosh, because yeah, the NFL draft in town, and those could be, it all depends on what seed they get, really. But over to the far side, along the boards, the Jackets out of their own end, trying to clear the zone to the near side on a pass, and taken back by Kirill Marchenko along the boards. But yeah, the NFL draft, that would be a nightmare, because the first series, let me take a look here. NHL playoffs, let me double check when they start. Starting April 18th. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you need to spend that money for it to be more enjoyable, but if you just want to be in the moment and you can't afford that money, I don't fault you. I mean, the Upper Deck is perfect for that, you know? So it does have a purpose. It's just a matter of, it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Some people would rather never be in the moment unless they're that close. And I totally get that too. That's kind of how I am. Yeah, it's April 18th, so I need to take a look here. Top of the zone, Jackets to the far side in the offensive attack, saved by Sorokin. But yeah, the NFL draft runs, I think it's April, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's April 23rd, 4th, and 5th. So in theory, if the Penguins would play on the 18th, right? Game 1, Game 2, 3, Game 4. So if the Penguins get the higher seed, and they play if the Pens get the higher seed, then it's not a problem because they'll be on the road for the draft weekend. That's how it is. But if the Pens get the low seed, then yeah, Pittsburgh's gonna be a nightmare draft weekend. And I'm gonna try to be down there. So I'm gonna try to go live from the draft, actually. So here we go to the far side. It's gonna be a mobile live stream, like a phone live stream. But, you know, I love being able to stream even when I'm at the events. But into the corner, and the first period is actually, wow, gonna come to a close. With a score, the New York Islanders won, the Columbus Blue Jackets nothing. Wow, that period came to a close quick. Wow. Man, those on the net for Vegas. Ooh, Aiden Hill. Well, let's see. The Stars, Wyatt Johnston and Ritzkovian getting the goals there. The Stars currently on their way to try and clinch a playoff berth tonight with a win as we enter this first intermission here for both of these games. Taking a look here in about 15 minutes, we will have the Lightning taking on the Flames and the Sabres taking on the Ducks. Let's see. I've heard real fans sit up high. That does make sense. Lower bowl is experience. Yeah, I mean, the lower bowl is about the experience, right? And that's what it is. No, not Vegas. The Stars. Did I say Vegas? Because the Stars are the ones that can clinch. So, yeah, Vegas has a ways to go to clinch. I mean, if I take a look right now, the probably the easiest way for Vegas to clinch is going to be through the division. Or actually, probably wild card. Wild card's 94. Or 99, actually. Wild card's 99. So, yeah, no, it's going to be through the division where they would need 99 points. Vegas is still 23 points away as of today. Now, obviously, that gap will separate, or it'll, the gap will change. And it'll seem more achievable as we get closer. But, Oh yeah, no. Well, even still, lower bowl is about the experience, but it is a bit more expensive too. My brother got a place down there for the draft. He had to order the room 9 months ago to get it. Wow. Fortunately, I live commuting distance from the city, from downtown, so probably after work, I'm gonna just drive downtown, find a parking space, and just walk however many miles I need to walk to the draft. Personally, that's probably how I'm gonna handle it because, yeah. I don't want to pay $500 for parking because I am wanting to park close. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, thinking about it, if you're not a hockey fan and just going for the experience, you probably sit exactly. If you're not a true hockey fan, you probably go closer down for the experience. For the experience, I realize Mike didn't catch that, but yeah, that's the thing. Is that in my case, for people like me who do these types of channels, Yeah, you can do it from the top, but like when your setup is in such a way where your setup is all computer based and like, you know, desktop based, I can't just take my desktop into PPG Paints Arena and be able to set it up there. So I can't do a stream from the upper deck there. I mean, I can, but it's just not as, you know what I mean? It's not as much as I would like. Whereas in the lower bowl, I make those game day vlogs like I did for the Pens Blues game, like you saw, John. But, you know, I will make those game day vlogs when I'm down low because it makes sense. People want to see the experience when you're that close to the action. And actually, for that game, I was able to score tickets. Me and PDF are going to go to the game together, and we were able to score tickets that were 6 rows off the ice. If you guys saw the Pens Blues game day vlog, we were essentially going to be 3 rows further back from that and 1 section to our left. So, Vegas will not make it. Mitch Martin will. Well, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, like in my case though, it's like, if I'm going to be sitting in the upper deck, why am I not just here covering the game? And that's kind of where I sit on that. And actually, while we're here, I'm going to update the Discord server real quick. More accessible to the bottom? Yeah. Training that Pittsburgh schools are yeah, literally. It's not all Pittsburgh schools, but it's Pittsburgh public schools. Pittsburgh public schools are going to online learning for the draft. Which, I mean, I get it. There's going to be an influx of a couple, 600, maybe, 600,000 people. They're talking 700,000 people total. Maybe close to 100,000 of them are local enough to drive. But, like, you're talking an influx of like 600,000 people that are getting a hotel room and staying in the area in the day, trying to figure out what they're gonna do and going around the city. It's crazy. So, but yeah, I mean, I think Vegas will make it. The only threats I see is their own inconsistency. And maybe like the Kings and Sharks. You know what I mean? I don't think the Kraken make it, personally. I don't think Seattle has the gusto to do it. So. Ooh, we have one perfect bracket left. There is one perfect bracket remaining. And if Tennessee beats Virginia or Iowa beats Florida, it breaks. I guess since COVID now it's an option. It is. But yeah, Pittsburgh public schools are going to online learning during the draft, and it makes sense. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people clogging the city. I mean, if I wasn't going to the draft and probably making a video and probably going live, you know what I mean? I might be down there for the experience, but I wouldn't be necessarily going down there a couple nights. I don't know that I would. Because it's going to be a nightmare getting anywhere in the city. Anywhere in the city is going to be a nightmare. So that's the thing, is that it's going to be a brutal nightmare. Seattle, yeah, I don't think Seattle makes it. Mathematically, though, they're still well in the thick of it. With them only being 5 points behind Vegas and their point potential being only 3 points less than that of the Vegas Golden Knights. But I think it's going to come down to San Jose, LA, Vegas, and Edmonton. 2 of those 4 teams are going to make it. 2 of those 4 teams are going to be out. That's where I personally think the playoffs will sit. That's exactly what I was saying, Craig. I think it's really going to be 2 of those 4 teams make it. Edmonton, it all depends if they actually choose to play defense. If they choose to not play defense, then, well, quite frankly, they're not going to do it. I should go into the Discord server real quick, though, and start updating scores from today's games. Because in the Discord server, we do have an NHL scores channel where you guys can see all the NHL scores as they finish up. Let me go ahead here and Winnipeg +2 PTS. Colon NYR +1 PT shootout. Okay, and then you got Colorado getting 2 points. And Washington getting 1 point in overtime. Carolina gets 2 points. And Nashville, if I could type NSH, plus 2 points. Oh, I can't type. Then Chicago gets 1 point for overtime. Filling in the scores there. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. The Rangers, 2, 1, 2. Bro, this is freaky. This is like actually freaky. There have been 3 overtime games. The only game that didn't go to overtime so far today was the Penguins and Canes. All 3 of the overtime games, the road team won by a final score of 3-2. That is kind of crazy. That is kind of freaky so far today. Oilers will win if they defend their goalie. Exactly. It all comes down to defense. The boys been doing better. It's been doing a little bit better. You know, I've been feeling a little bit better. Occasionally I'll have those times where it struggles, but you know, I've been doing all right. Been hanging in there. Go ahead and reload you and back out of you. Okay. Reload on you and check over here. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. But yeah, rolling our way through here. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL. Again, nothing yet. No other updates to provide from around the rest of the NHL because, well, every other game's at the intermission. By the way, you guys keep an eye out for something here. Tomorrow or tonight, I'm going to be uploading a short, which is going to be me and my dad's reaction to the Penguins shootout win yesterday. I was able to edit that up today, and I had 2 versions of the short, and I think I know which one I want to go with. So, you know, I'm looking forward to being able to send that out and yeah, with you guys. I'm going to think Amantha did not do good today. Well, John, there's only so much good you can do in fantasy when your final score is 5-1 in a loss. But, fun fact, John, I am currently 8-0 in fantasy, and I am beating my current opponent right now by 30.1 in the semifinals. So, barring a collapse, and actually all he has left is Mitch Marner and Matthias Samuelsson. So unless those two combine for like 40 points, I'm fine. I also have Mikhail Sergachev later on tonight alongside Bo Horvat, Mark Stone. I also have Victor Hedman later tonight if he's playing. So I got a lot of options. Nope, he is ruled out. He's not expected to return now until a couple days from now. So, but yeah, that's kind of where things sit. You know, I'm sitting there pretty well. And that's even with Stuart Skinner going negative 3.8 in fantasy. Yeah, 3 games, 3-2 in overtime, all 3, and the road team won in all of them. Oh, man. But we shall see here. Ready to rumble as they are still taking a look at the power play in the intermission. Okay. Although I do gotta say, much love again to all you who came out to the stream earlier today. I mean, that first game, that Pens-Canes game, man. Even though the Penguins lost, the stream still was incredible. So that game I count as a win in my book. And it all comes from you guys, man. Glory back to Christ for him working through this channel, but like at the same time, you guys and everything you guys did earlier today really made my day. I mean, I never felt so good about a loss. So honestly, as I see, AI or is you here? Let's see. I did. Oh yeah, you did see you. Yeah. You were here yesterday for that. Then is normally not a busy day for the NHL. Oh, absolutely not. But we take it on the chin tomorrow because the only game we got is the Rangers taking on the Senators. Not a great game to watch necessarily. It's probably going to be a blowout by Ottawa. But that's the only game we got on slate for tomorrow. Yeah, we have a weird week this week. Like Monday, it's Ottawa and the Rangers. That's the slate. Tuesday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All but 2 teams play, which is just bonkers. And that includes the Rangers are one team that doesn't play. Who's the other team that doesn't play? Oh my gosh, who's the other team that doesn't play? Toronto? No, they play Boston. Boston and the Rangers are the only two teams that don't play on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Boston and Buffalo, Rangers and Leafs. Thursday then turns around another big blow-up day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games on Thursday. I know Tuesdays and Thursdays are the big days for the NHL. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, not so much. But still, just the sheer difference. 13 games on Thursday, 2 games on Friday. I mean, a typical Monday slate, you're talking 4 to 5 games. Same with a Wednesday. Same with a Friday. You know what I mean? Typically, you're talking 4 to 5 games on the down days, not 1 or 2. I mean, that's just crazy. Oh, UFL ad. Wait, UFL's on ESPN now? Bro, they're actually like starting to make it. That's cool. That's cool to watch. Let me see here on the Discord. Let's see. You just go here. Let me see here. Okay. One second here. Just make sure I am replying to that. And then I will then out the. Okay, there we go. Just had to respond to a couple of Discord messages. Let's see. Wednesdays normally bigger than Mondays and Fridays for the NHL at least. 7 p.m. and still completely out. Yeah. That's daylight savings time for you. Oh, man. Oh, there's that weird Ken commercial for Expedia. I don't know that I like that. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Oh, man. Let me check over here and over here. Reloaded doty. Nothing there. Okay. But yeah, we are rolling our way here through this intermission. Again, big games all across the board today. Okay. So we will see. We will see. Oh my gosh, those storms have a long way to go. Okay. So yeah, we will take a look at quite a few things going on. Tomorrow's going to be almost 40 degrees cooler than today. I know. Bro, we got to like 81 degrees earlier today. On stream, somebody, I think it was John asked. And I said, oh, it's 81 degrees. Right now, it is 55. It has cooled off almost 30 degrees in just a little bit. It is absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Wow, these Indiana storms are going to be... oh, that's got a lot of juice. I'm just keeping an eye because there's still a chance we could be talking about large hail tonight, which is, like, crazy. Okay, let me go back over to the home on X, see if we got any news to report on there. Okay. So, we will see. We will see. Ready to roll for the start of the second period. You guys were at 90. I remember that. Crazy. That's crazy. Okay. So, ready to roll here again. Just taking a look at Matthew Barzal. Every game is big till playoffs. Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay. So we shall see here again. Just seeing if we got any other news on X. Okay. Man, I'm old enough to remember when Jim Kelly played for the Houston Gamblers of the USFL back in the day. Wow. Yeah, back in the original incarnate of the USFL with the Maulers. My dad actually has some Maulers tickets from back in the day too. And actually, I got a Maulers jersey too, but it's a new version. Okay. So here we go, ready to go, center ice draw. And here we go, back on in, over to the near side, over to the far, ready to move it out now. Here come the Blue Jackets, going from left to right into the offensive end, into the near corner, down low. Cycling it around, top of the zone to the far side, it's going to be Werenski into the area behind the net now, taken back by the Isles. I don't know why I blinked on their name, but by the Isles. Into the near side center ice area, moved into the offensive end. Here come the Islanders into the near side. Horvat passing, taken back by Werenski. Over to the near corner, down low. Oh, I don't know. Dad's probably upstairs. I don't know. He might also be getting ready to wind down for the night too, because he does go to bed relatively early. But here we go, top of the zone, near side from the point, and passing near side down low in front of the net from D'Angelo. Not able to connect. Along the area to the far side, trying to wrap it around and still tied up into that corner. Over to the near side, being taken now by is that Palmieri? Yeah, top of the zone, shot, not gonna go. Make sure of that, because that didn't sound right. I didn't write his name, but it might have been a last minute change in the roster. I guess it was. Okay. So we shall see here. We shall see. So, ready to roll. Still early stages of the second period, ready to rumble. Our side draw going to be won now by the Jackets to the near side. That's going to be Fabreau moving it up the near side into the neutral zone. Passing up into the offensive end, he dumps it behind Sorokin. Over to the far side, back over to the near from behind the net. Moving it up now off of the stick, I believe a Peugeot, into the offensive end, especially off Schaefer, my bad. Into the corner to the far side, along the boards, the Jackets clearing it out, all the way back on in behind the net, and it's going to be icing on the Blue Jackets. Okay. So, we shall see here, ready to rumble. Okay. We're getting ready now. Face off in the Isles offensive end. Our side circle. And face off won by the Jackets down low. Played by Provorov. Over to the far side. Kept in by the Isles. On the far side. And we got another stoppage. Very much a stop and go second period start here. Ay, ay, ay. And here we are. The show. Ready to roll. And here we go. Face off won by the Isles. Top of the zone. Sending it shot denied. Over to the near side. Top of the zone. From Pellick. Down low to the far corner. Tied up for the puck around to the near side. And back up top. Shot from the point. Gonna go wide to the far side. Schaefer on it now. From the point, over to the near side, taken back. Here come the Blue Jackets. Through center into the offensive end of the near corner. Down low, Schaefer moving it out of his own end. Up through center into the offensive end into the near corner. Down low. Over to the far side, Provorov trying to take it out. And it's going to be along the boards. Still tied up for that puck. In the offensive end for the Isles. And the puck gets taken back into the neutral zone. Wing to the near side. Mayfield dumps it into the offensive end behind the net of Greaves. Over to the far side, and that puck gets cleared all the way out, and it's going to be no icing. Played back in behind the net to the near side. Along the boards, down low, here come the Jackets. Top of the zone, shot. Not gonna make it. Oh my gosh, excuse me. And over to the top of the zone from the far side, battling to keep that puck is going to be Matejchuk. Down low to the near side. Working it around, the Jackets still with it. Down low from Johnson. Behind the net, working it around. That's going to be off of the stick there. I believe of Marchenko. And it might have been Garland. Up to the top of the zone, puck gets cleared all the way out into the neutral zone. Now back over to the far side, and it's going to be offside on the Jackets. Okay. So we will be here. We are ready to roll. We're waiting on the neutral zone face-off. So here we go. Okay. Just taking a look there. I don't get what they were doing on that. I don't understand the whistle on that. It wasn't offside, I don't think. But here we go to the near side. The Isles with it, wing to wing from Susie to the far side. And that puck gets cleared up and all the way out into the stands. Or to the bench. Might be in the crowd. We'll see. If it's in the crowd, it might be a penalty because it was flipped out from his own end. That ref looks like he has no clue what he's doing. Okay, so we got a center ice draw here, pointing at the center. And that face-off is going to be won by the Jackets. Over to the far side, sending it into the offensive end. Back on in behind the net of Sorokin. To the near side, big collision along the boards. And now top of the zone, Fabreau sends it down low, and the puck goes out of play. Okay. So here we go, ready to rumble. Okay. So we shall see. Face off. And going to be won by the Isles to the near side. In their own end, down low, D'Angelo to the far side. Along the boards, trying to punch it up. And going to be tied up right near the circle, top of the zone. Puck gets cleared out, and it's going to be Provorov sending it to Fabreau to the near side. Along the boards, trying to clear it up, taken back by the Isles. Over to the near side, into the offensive end. They send it behind the net of Greaves. Over to the far side, taking it out now. Here come the Blue Jackets. Wing to the near side. Into the offensive end, behind the net of Sorokin. Schaefer's been playing all right. We've been calling his name out a bit here. He's been involved. In fact, actually, speak of the devil, and he shall come. Schaefer with the puck behind his own net. Working with it now. And here we go. Over to the near side, moving it up, Horvat. Wing to the far side, dumping it up into the offensive end, and going to be played off into the neutral zone, taking it into the offensive end. Here come the Blue Jackets, chasing it down. Taking that puck back is going to be Coyle. Into the corner, back in behind the net to the near side. Top of the zone, shot. Not going to make it. Over to the far side, along the board. Shot goes back in behind the net. Over to the near side, working with it, puck goes loose. Racing for it, and here come the Isles. Off of the stick there of Heineman. Into the neutral zone, the Jackets taking it back, but intercepted back again by the Isles. And the Jackets ultimately get it out of their own end. Clearing it up, played off of the body there of Sorokin. Over to the far side, Schaefer. Matthew Schaefer with the puck, back again over to the near side. And that's to Pelech. Behind his own net, looking for somewhere to go. Passing again to the far side, Schaefer. Moving it up now through center and dumping it up to the offensive end. Racing, beating out the icing over to the near side, though. The Isles trying to get it back. Down low into the corner. And here we go along the boards, into the corner, down low, still to the far side. Kirill Marchenko chasing it out alongside Simon Holmstrom. And the Isles get it back into their own end. I would say ESPN's a good fantasy platform. It makes it relatively easy. Their default scoring can be a little funky compared to what you're used to, but that could always be edited by the league runner. So, but here we go, over to the far side. The Jackets sending it into the offensive end of the near side corner, taken out by the Isles. And into the offensive end they go. Far side pass and over from Peugeot. Down low. Stopped up, but not quite frozen by Greaves. Into the corner to the far side. The Jackets get it back. Here comes Fantilli to the near side. Marchment. And that's going to be offside. That was about as far offside as you could get. Okay. So we shall see here, ready to roll. Okay. So let's see here. Oh man. We're taking a look here at a couple other things as we have some time. Wait to see how is Virginia doing? Ooh, Virginia up to or down by 2 to Tennessee. That game is massive because if Tennessee wins, they break the last bracket. Oh my gosh. The last bracket might be breaking in the next 2:39. Wow. I can't even flip over to it because on the TV it's something else. But wow. On the TV I'm using ESPN Plus to watch this game. But man, we'll see what happens there. I'm gonna update some brackets, by the way, to see what happens. I'm gonna move my keyboard because I don't need that. But as we are going our way through here, I'm gonna update some brackets on the last game that ended. That was St. John's beating Kansas. That's a big one. That is a huge one. Wow. I'm throwing pencils. I am a menace to society. Okay. We're back, taking a look at Ilya Sorokin. And ready to rumble. Okay. Ooh, a new leader in the brackets. That's going to be Grok. Okay. So again, taking a look at Sorokin before and after the Olympics. He's been a little bit rough after the Olympics, if I'm being completely honest. But we'll see what he can do as he gets ready to come back here. Okay. So, ready to rumble. And here we go. Face-off going to be one now. Up to the top of the zone. There goes. That's back for Werenski. Wing to the near side. Moving it up the other way. Through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Behind the net of Greaves. Playing it around to the far side. Along the boards. Taken there by Shen along the far side. At the former blue. Now over to Barzal. Barzal pass. Going to be deflected into the corner. And tied up over to the far side. Racing for that possession now over to the near side. Top of the zone. Off of the stick is Shen. Down low. Now out to the top. Oh yeah, I love brackets paper pencil, man. That is my go-to. Like, there is just something about it, doing the brackets by hand, that I love it. But here we go, along the boards now, down low. Shen trying to get there, over to the far side, taken away by the Jackets, off of the stick of Severson. And moving it now through center, towards the near side, battling for that possession. And taken back into the defensive end. Shen sends it to the far corner. Along the boards, they're going to be taken for the Isles, off the stick of Boqvist to the far side. And up through center now to the near. Shen into the offensive end. Working with it, 10 down low. Shot denied. And extracurricular. Shen getting into it with Fabreau a little bit after the play. But yeah, I am very much a paper and pencil bracket kind of guy. That's just who I am. That is very much who I am. Okay, ChatGPT moves on. Because that's 4:30, right? Yep, 4:30. Now comes my bracket. St. John's, another St. John's. Another winner chicken dinner. As we are getting ready here for the face-off. Islanders lost Sheen for the playoffs. Ooh. If you do fantasy hockey next year, you can have first choice on Penguins. I can have first choice on Blues. Oh, we might have to do that, John. But here we go. Far side into the neutral zone. Sent back down by the Isles. And taken out by the Jackets. Chasing it down near side. Off of the stick there of Tony DeAngelo. To the far side, passing it up. Centering now to the near side of the offensive end. Going to be sent in down low into the corner. Big collision along the boards there and into the offensive end to the far side. Racing for it back is going to be the Blue Jackets into the corner down low. Getting in there aggressively is Heinen. Top of the zone, though, the Isles still with possession. Down into the corner, working with it around to the far side, and the Isles take it back near side in the neutral zone to the offensive end. Driving down low, shot denied, and gloved by Greaves. And after the play, Provorov getting in there, Gatcombe, everybody. Grab your partner. Everybody's going after Gatcombe on that one. Wowzers. Wowzers. Don't know what started that whole brawl. Oh my gosh. So I'd assume we get a penalty now. Looks like it's going to be Gatcombe getting the penalty. Yep, Gatcombe's going to be getting a penalty for unsportsmanlike. That is plain as day. That's plain as day. That means we got a power play coming up for the Columbus Blue Jackets, their first of the night. Ooh, that's going to hurt. A loss in Kansas. It's a loss of 60 points. Okay, 7:30. Okay, so here we go. Near side, top of the zone, sent it around into the corner and played up, sent low, and actually no power play. It's actually offsetting penalties. So let me move that power play off. Nobody's on the power play. Okay, into the corner, down low, moved around there. Off by the Isles, trying to keep it in the zone. And we'll see, around to the near side, along the boards, big check dished out there. Trying to move it around off of the stick there of going to be Pellick. Into the near side area, down low. Uh-oh, John with the goal horn. Hello. Let's take a look. And we got a goal for the Golden Knights. Ivan Barbashev ties that game up at 2. And here we go. The Isles moving it out to the near side. The Lightning. McDonough getting a goal, putting the Lightning up 1-0 over the Flames. And the Sabres. Tuck getting a goal. 1-0 over the Ducks. What's good? What's good, Rated RKO? How you doing, bro? Over to the near side, the Isles flipping it out of the neutral zone. Yes, sir. Lightning and Barbashev for Vegas fantasy points. Yes, sir. Here we go to the far side through center. Here comes, it's going to be Werenski passing back and tied up for that puck. The Isles clearing it out, taken back at center ice by Columbus. Over to the far side, dumped into the offensive end behind the net of Sorokin. To the near side, over to the far. Pellick needing to get off the ice for the Isles. He's been on there for 1:40. Needing to get him out of there, and this might be the chance. Over to the near side, and it's punched into the offensive end, down low, chasing for that puck. Coming up the other way, here come the Blue Jackets through center, into the offensive end, and sent into the corner, down low. Over to the far side, over to the near, played there off of the stick of going to be Peugeot. And taking Kirill Marchenko, wing to the far side. Pellick's been out there for over 2 minutes now. And into the corner, down low, kicked up top, maintained, shot by the Jackets, not going to go by Sorokin. Up to the top of the zone. And that puck gets cleared all the way out. Here comes your foot race. Trying to get that puck there on the far side. It's going to be taken back by the Isles. Over to the near side, off of the, or by the, not the Jackets, not the Isles, my bad. Long day. By Lundestrom. And chasing it into the corner now to the far side, working around, that's going to be Kent Johnson. To the near side, towards the top of the zone. And kept in by the Isles for now, wing to wing far side in the offensive end, shot goes wide. Over to the near side and kicked out now, moving it up is the Blue Jackets into the offensive end, but cannot control it off of the stick of Sean Monahan. Over to the near side, dumped in by Monahan, but not quite all the way. And the Jackets are going to re-dump it into the far side. Played behind the net of Sorokin is Tony DeAngelo. Back across to the near side. Able to connect off of Mayfield. Moving it up now through center to the offensive end. That's Matthew Barzal. Into the far side corner. Down low to DeAngelo. Wrapping around up to the point. With a chance. Schaefer shot. Not going to make it to the net. And the puck goes out of play. Okay. So we shall see. It looks like we're stepping away for a commercial break at this point. Okay. St. John's did beat Kansas, so I got to mark this. Let's see. 20, 60, 140. 1,050. Okay. Let's see. 370. Cannot make it. If you had St. John's, yes, you did. I need Jackets to win so bad as a fan. Hey, you know, I'm with you. As a Penguins fan, I am with you tonight. I as a Penguins fan, stand with you. Because I think that, you know, I can stand with you, but I can also stand against you. I really actually don't have a horse in this race. Wait a minute, 380, that's not right. 390, I cannot math. I can stand with you, but I can also stand against you. You know, either way, I think it benefits the Penguins. Just as long as there's no overtime. As long as there is no overtime, I am happy. So, that's my big hang-up. Season ticket holder, nice. Nice. In the meantime, I'm also updating to March Madness brackets because, well, I always update the March Madness brackets by hand alongside checking with what ESPN does. These brackets are all entered in on ESPN, so they all stay in one place. But then I also manually track them because that's just how I am. Okay. St. John's, that was right. And we are back here in New York, ready to roll. Let's see, it's hard to tell. It keeps in the top three, and we're so good. And we're good. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I see an issue when it comes to the Isles. I see the Isles as a team that is so up and down, you don't know what team you're going to get. So I think even if the Jackets lose, they're still fine. I think the top three in the Metro is going to go Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Columbus in that order. That's how I think it's going to break down. Just knowing the way these teams are and how the Isles have played as of late. I just have my genuine concerns about Columbus. Or not Columbus, about the Isles going forward. Columbus, I think you're going to have a come down to earth moment slightly. But I think you're still going to finish ahead of the Isles. Just because you're more consistent. I mean, I still think there's going to be a come down moment where there's going to be a couple games where you just drop, again, points in at least the last 10 games. That's tough to maintain. But here we go to the far side in the corner. Oh, yeah, that coaching change definitely is I mean, that was just like the Penguins needed to get rid of Mike Sullivan and go to Dan Muse. I mean, the Blue Jackets needed to make their coaching change. Although, also, I got to say one thing. Thanks for selling us Igor Chinikov on the cheap. Because you guys can't even spell his name. Oh, man. Sorry, just gotta say it as a rival. Gotta say it as a rival. But Igor Chinikov was a steal. But here we go to the far side. The Jackets punching it back towards the neutral zone. Battled back for by the Isles. Over to the near side. Susie passing it up into the offensive end. Sent down into the corner far side. And taken back by the Jackets behind the net of Greaves to the far side along the boards. Up through center, taken back by Susie and punched into the neutral zone, but the Jackets getting their hands back on it again. Over to the far side, into the offensive end, trying to drive down low. Susie ripping that puck away, but it comes loose near side, top of the zone, point shot. Werenski not going to make it to the net, and rebounded again, going to come loose to the near side. Top of the zone. From across to the far side, top of the zone again. Cycling around, down low he goes, into the corner near side. Along the boards now, coming up to the top of the zone, kept in by Severson. Bodies colliding and hitting the ice down into the corner, over to the far side. I don't want overtime. I do not want overtime. The Penguins cannot afford this game to generate 3 points. It needs to generate 2. But down low, Kirill Marchenko to the far side in the offensive end. Sending it now to the point, Severson. Passing wing to the far side. And wrapping it around now up to the top of the zone. and sending it down towards the near side along the boards. That's going to be off the stick of Marchenko, top of the zone, wing to wing from Severson. Now centering pass gets deflected, moved out by the Isles over to the far side. Into the offensive end they go. Into the near corner they dump. Battling for it now, going to be off of the stick in the corner here. And that's going to be moved around along the boards. Towards the top of the zone, if they can try and get it there, the Jackets actually take it away and clear it out themselves, but the Isles get it back in the neutral zone. Off of the stick there of Pellick to the near side, dumping into the offensive end, 5:10 to play in the period. Behind the net of Greaves to the near side, up to the point, through center. Here come the Blue Jackets into the offensive end, far side, driving in Johnson with the puck, losing it now into the corner, near side. Here come the Blue Jackets, around up to the point, he sends it, far side, passing down low again, near side again, up to the top of the zone, off of the stick there, a couple of areas now from the point. And let's see. Up to the top of the zone, shot denied, over to the near side. Sent back down low behind the net. Absolutely rated. Big Pittsburgh fan here, man. But here we go, Isles shot denied by Jack Greaves. But yeah, big all things Pittsburgh fan here, bro. So, absolutely. Tennessee is about to break the last perfect March Madness bracket. Oh my gosh. 20 plus 40 is 60. 140. I need my calculator. 140, 140, 140. Let me see here. 970. That's what I thought it was. I just want to make sure before I wrote down 970. Oh yeah, I mean maybe there's a worse quarterback room. Minnesota. That might be the one. That might be the one to be worse. Just saying. But again, it's a bad quarterback room. But we do go live for Steeler games and a lot of football games during the NFL season. We try to go live for as much as we can for as many events as we can. But I just enjoy going live talking sports. Oh yeah, Miami, because they got rid of two. Oh, they got Malik Willis. They don't have turn the ball over anymore. So they might be saved a little bit. So I would hold off before calling them a worse quarterback room. Let's see. Oh my gosh, Kansas. That's another 60, 140. That's 640. And Quinn Ewers, yes. But I think, I was high on Quinn Ewers. I'll be honest. I think I might have been partially wrong in that assessment, but, I'll admit I was wrong. Okay. You go ahead and keep on doing this. You're almost done with this game. After all the concussions Tula had, turn the ball over. Oh, man. That's no good. Oh, I am throwing these brackets all around. They're getting out of order. But here we go. Near side draw, ready to roll. Okay. So, up to the top of the zone, the Isles working with it, ready to rumble. Into the near corner, down low. Anders Lee trying to get there, playing him strong is Provorov. Around the near side corner, down low, puck gets cleared out. Now, Bengals fans, as long as we keep out starting quarterbacks, yeah. I mean, Joe Burrow is strong. The problem is, who's he going to throw the ball to? And when he does throw the ball to those people, who's going to protect him? I mean, I know he has the receivers, but if the receivers don't have time to get open because there's no offensive line, does it really benefit you having the quarterback? You know what I mean? So we'll see. Over to the near side, flipping up the Jackets into the offensive end they go. Working it around now, over to the far side. The last perfect bracket's about to break. Tennessee's up 6 with 13 seconds to go. Oh my gosh. Over to the near side, played around Susie to the top of the zone, and trying to move it out the other way. Here come the Isles into the offensive end. 3:17 and rolling to go in the period, but we got a whistle. Let's see. No. Okay. What's that, computer? Shut up, Windows security. I don't care. 2040. Okay. There we go. Just finished updating the brackets for that game. Just in time for this Tennessee-Virginia game to wrap up. Oh, man. Only thing we're fixing is our defense, but being fully oblivious to the thing that's kept us in our... Exactly. The thing that has kept the Bengals locked down. Ooh, it's actually going to be Dillinger getting a penalty. I didn't realize they were calling a penalty on that. I thought it was just stoppage for offside. But the Islanders are ready to go on the power play. But yeah, I mean, the thing that's holding the Bengals back is the offensive line. If they had an offensive line to protect Joe Burrow and allow Joe Burrow to do Joe Burrow, then they'd be fine. They had that the year they made the Super Bowl run. But then they just lost it. But taking it down, Barzal shot, and gonna be frozen by Greaves in his glove. Okay. But yeah, that's the thing, is that the Bengals have struggled because they don't protect their quarterback. They don't protect their most valuable asset. Okay. So here we go. Near side, Barzal with the puck. Man, here we go, Trey. We made the Super Bowl. What about here we lose them? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that... Into the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens did a scummy thing. I'm sure they knew they were going to back out of the trade, but they needed to wait for the physical to have a reason to back out. But here we go to the near side. Horvat. Steelers fans had it right. We hate the Ravens. We had it right. Oh, man. So here we go to the offensive end. Top of the zone. Schaefer sending it down to the far side. Back to the point. Schaefer. Over to the near side to Barzal. Driving it down. Looking for some help. Sending it around. What's good, Ronald? How you doing, man? Top of the zone, safer shot. Not going to go. Loose over to the near side. And over to the corner. Top of the zone, and that puck gets cleared out. Schaefer gets it back in the neutral zone. Oh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. The Ravens have nobody. Like, I could probably be a wide receiver on the Ravens, and I'd probably be like wide receiver 2 or 3. That's bad. That's bad. So here we go to the far side, and we got a whistle. I'm doing well, Ronald. How are you? Thank you for asking, man. I'm doing really well. As we are rolling our way through this night. The only thing that I wish it would have gone better would have been the Steeler game, but or the Penguin game, but oh well. You know? You take losses, you just gotta roll with the punches, you know? So here we go. Neutral zone draw on the far side. It's gonna be Peugeot taking the draw here up against Boone Jenner. And here we go. In the neutral zone, face-off won by the Isles near side. 25 seconds remain on the power play. Dumped in there by Holmstrom. Into the corner, over to the near side. Holmstrom along the boards, top of the zone to the point. From D'Angelo, pass shot denied by Greaves. Over to the near side. Holmstrom gets to it. Up to the top of the zone. That's over to D'Angelo. Cycles to the point. Looking for some help. 7 to go on the power play. Over to the near side. Holmstrom lets it rip, and it's denied. Loose over to the near side. Dangerous area. Holmstrom gets that puck back as the power play expires in his own end. Working it around now to the far side. Up through center. The Isles dumping it into the offensive end. Played by Greaves to the near side. Off of the stick now of Sillinger. Into the offensive end he goes. Shot denied and frozen by Sorokin. That's good, Andrew. Thoughts on the UFL? Would you stream any games this season? Mayhaps, if they fall on times when we don't have a lot of hockey going on. The thing is, you know, not that I'm doing this for the views, but I'm also aware of the audience, and the audience at this point has turned into a lot of hockey viewers and Pittsburgh fans. So, you know, I'll do the UFL if it's UFL or no stream, but ultimately hockey's kind of taken priority, and then Pirates are going to kind of take priority over the summer. But I'm not opposed to the idea. I mean, I'd love to, especially if there's enough demand. I'm down. But here come the Blue Jackets. Under a minute left in the second. Over to the far side. Taken now over to the near side by the Isles. Up into the offensive end they go to the near corner. Down low. Chased in by Kirill Marchenko. And frozen by Jet Greaves with 31.8 to go in the period. The Jet Greaves, this is not on Jet Greaves either. I mean, I gotta say. Very on left field topic. But what do you think about Indiana? Do you think they'll be relevant next year as the majority of the teams getting drafted? I like Signetti. I like the fact that he's a no BS coach. He's right to the point, right to the heart of the matter. And I think he's a really good coach. I think they have a really strong recruiting ability. But I don't know if they're going to be relevant next year. I think really it was Fernando Mendoza. It was Fernando Heiss Mendoza that really kind of carried that team. And I think without Heiss Mendoza, it's going to be a struggle. I think Mendoza's younger brother is still going to be there. So maybe he can kind of carry it on because he did get some playing time this year. But, it'll be interesting to see how they do. I'll be pseudo following them this college season coming. But here we go to the near side, into the neutral zone, and that takes us to the end of the second period with a score. The New York Islanders 1, the Columbus Blue Jackets 0. Shots on goal are 17 for the Isles and 13 for the Blue Jackets. We have now been scoreless for effectively the last 38 minutes of play. No goals in that second period, no goals since I believe around the 2-minute mark in the first period. But that does take us to the second intermission. Okay. So let's take a look around the rest of the NHL real quick here. Getting ready to go into the end of the second. The Vegas Golden Knights are tied with the Dallas Stars at 2 apiece. Julian just saying Heisman. Oh, man. But yeah, the Lightning and the Flames. Oh my gosh, the Flames leading 2-1. Olofsson and Frost getting the 2 goals there for the Flames with 2.5 to go in the first period. Also 4.5 to go in the first period in Anaheim. And the Ducks getting back into this one. Going to be taking the lead at 2-1 with goals by Chris Kreider and Jackson Lacombe. So that game, a big one as well, as the Ducks are trying to extend their lead and extend their point potential lead, their max points lead in that, basically that Pacific Division. The way things stand right now, Anaheim, over anyone in the division, has a 6-point max point potential lead, but a win and a Vegas loss extends that to 7. I'd love to have some padding if we lose it all, but it doesn't seem as though. I mean, the thing is, I don't think you got to worry about padding. The way that the Isles have been playing as of late does not instill confidence in me that they will be a solid team. It does not instill in me the fact that they are a competitive team. I mean, they beat the Leafs and Flames by a combined 6-3. Lost to the Blues, beat the Blues by 1 goal, lost to the Kings. You know what I mean? They've played a lot of games closer than they should have. The Panthers 5-4. You know what I mean? And really, out of their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, out of their last 9 games, they've dropped 5 of them, and they have been to concerning opponents. The Ducks, 2 against the Kings, the Senators, the Canadiens. It is concerning for the Islanders right now. They got to find a way to get back on track. And that is where my concerns lie with the Isles. They have not been looking convincing as of late. Whereas for the Blue Jackets, I mean, let me just take a look here. Columbus Blue Jackets, if I go to the schedule, y'all have gotten points in the last how many games? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The last 12 games dating back to your last date with the Islanders on February 28th. Y'all have gotten points in every single game, including beating some pretty formidable opponents. Tampa 5-2, Carolina 5-1. You know what I mean? And winning by wide, convincing margins in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? So I have a lot more confidence in the Blue Jackets. I want to see this crazy decent run and belting the Canes. Just do what happened last year. That is true. But the way the Isles have been playing, it does not instill confidence in me that they are going to be a threat. They're going to be a nuisance, but not a legitimate threat in my mind. So I am quite all right if I'm a Blue Jackets fan. Even dropping this game, you still have a 1-point lead plus games in pocket. You have 1 game in pocket. So if you lose this game to the Islanders, your point potential is still a 2-point potential differential. Yo, Mike, you're freaking awesome, man. You're freaking awesome. Much love, man. But I do think my points potential is a little bit off in here. Maybe. Oh, it's a 2-point difference there. I forgot. Yeah, it's not a 3-point. But still, that turns that point potential into a 2-point difference from a 4-point difference. So the Blue Jackets still control their own destiny in a lot of ways. And the Islanders are not playing convincing hockey right now. So that's my 2 cents on the matter. That's what I think. I think that really there is no concern for Blue Jackets fans. So let me see if I can get a little reload here. Oh my gosh. The Pens losing that game dropped their playoff odds to 78.7%. The Blue Jackets have higher odds now than the Penguins. And the Isles have dropped. Oh my gosh, the Islanders have dropped to 44.4% on Money Puck. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. But we'll see. We will see. Panthers almost all but eliminated as well, which is kind of crazy. But we shall see. What's that going on my phone? My phone's like pinging me. Oh yeah, the perfect bracket got busted. The last perfect bracket has fallen at the hands of Tennessee, getting the win over Virginia. There are no more perfect brackets. After Virginia fell, 26,567,887 brackets have fallen. And the women's are still 273. Wow. But it looks like a lot of the women's is more like a chalk kind of thing. In a lot of cases. But, you know, we'll see. We will see. Again, just taking a look around March Madness as we do. But yeah, we are rolling our way here through the second intermission. Okay. So, let's see. Let us see. Okay. Let us see. Okay. Yeah, we are rolling our way here. Okay. But yeah, we are ready to rumble. Let me just take a look at a couple things here. Back on the back end over here as we do. Awesome. Okay. Bro, so I got this notification today, or yesterday, right? Talking about video cannot be monetized. Copyright issues found based on the background music I use, which is why I changed it up for today, right? And it was from NFL Week 1 Sunday Night Football. That was how many months ago? 6 months ago? And I got the notification now? Like, okay. That's odd. Oh, man. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy, bro. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. Let's take a look at a couple of things as we have time here. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So yeah, we are ready to rumble and roll here. As they are rolling their way through the intermission report, again, a lot of stuff on the line here. Okay. But yeah, we are ready to rumble. Again, just looking around. Let's take a look at March Madness real quick. We haven't talked about that too much. Iowa leading Florida by 9 right now in the second half. In the first half, Arizona up 27-16 over Utah State, but it's 53-44 Iowa over Florida right now. Hello. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to update the other brackets while we're at the intermission for the Tennessee game. We go ahead and do that real quick because we have a little bit of time. We have a little bit of time to roll. Yeah, we'll talk sports as we do it, of course. If anyone has anything that they specifically want to talk about, let me know. Let me know in the chat. We got our vote. We got 20 votes in that poll over there. And we're splitting 55% for the Blue Jackets now. We got a Blue Jackets crowd. Okay, Virginia lost. That's a loss of 20 points. 1,800. Tennessee getting the win, saves ChatGPT. Yeah, I do a whole bunch of brackets, including like ChatGPT, coin flips, random number generators. Oh, I'm like, every time March Madness comes around, I'm not a big college basketball guy. I'm not a big basketball guy in general. But every time March Madness comes around, oh my gosh, do I get into it. Loss of 60 points, that's 7-5. Okay. Oh, no, Virginia did not move on. Virginia lost. That's why the last bracket busted. 179. Okay. He's back here. Virginia lost. What's good, Trombone? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Here updating some March Madness brackets. Well, we have a little bit of time. Ooh, Grok getting that right. Getting Tennessee right. Okay. Is this 430 or 440? That's 440. Okay. But yeah, we are ready to roll. No, you got it right. That's ChatGPT's second bracket. Okay. But yeah, we are just kind of chilling our way through the intermission as we have our time. Okay. So that most can go 410, so all of these move on. Virginia lost. That's bad for that one. And that's one of my brackets. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, man. Do you believe the Goons received the correct amount of games for... I personally don't think so, especially considering Gino. Even though Gino did the intentional whack, I still think Radko Gudas got off a bit light, personally. But I'm not part of the ones making those decisions. I don't know what they factored, but I don't know that I agree with what they decided. Okay, oh, that's the wrong one. I need 1730 and then update this to 410. Yeah, I mean, I think Radko Gudas got off a little light, personally. Ooh, 20, 60, 140. A loss of 140 points on that one. 9-10. Okay. So you move over. You got Tennessee, right? All right. Remember, he put Sidney Crosby out of the Olympics. Yeah, but the thing is, it sucks that it happened with the Olympics. But in the eyes of the NHL, I think what they see is I think the NHL doesn't see what happened in the Olympics because it wasn't their event. You know what I mean? They allowed their players to participate, but it wasn't the NHL's event. So because of that, I think Radko Gudas was able to get away with it in that one. Oh, don't get me wrong. I know what he did to Crosby. Don't get me wrong. I know all too well. But I think the NHL was blind to it because it didn't happen in their events. That's the tough thing is a lot of times, like some of these, you know, large companies and large corporations will say, well, it didn't happen on our dime and on our time, so we don't know what happened. You know what I mean? It sucks that that's how they do it, but that's how they do it. So, oh boy. Let's see, you got Tennessee, right? Oh, man. But yeah, we are rolling our way here. Getting close to the third period. Hopefully in a few moments, in a few minutes. Yeah, that's what I think happens. I think the NHL was blind to what happened because it didn't happen at an NHL game. It happened at the Olympics. Stupid logic, but, you know. 140. That is 570. The last perfect bracket just fell when Tennessee beat Virginia. So yeah, the last perfect bracket fell. So there are no more perfect brackets. Okay, that's all the way down at 240. Okay. Let's see, that's right. So now it's all a bunch of second chance brackets. Now there are some brackets left in the women's March Madness. I don't know that it was Gary closed his eyes, but what it is that, you know, a lot of times, think about it this way. Something occurs outside of a business in the street in front of a business. People would think the business would be responsible, but the business would say, it's not our property, not our problem. Do I think it's right? No, certainly not. But that's the reality, is that when money's involved, and Radko Gudas playing hockey, you know, he does play some solid hockey. There's a reason he's where he is in the NHL. So, you know, from the eyes of we can make a little bit more money, you know, money makes the world go round. Just like it said, just in the wise words of the Onceler. Money makes the ever-loving world go round. I'm bigger in my factory, I'm bigger in my company, I'm bigger in my factory, I'm bigger in my corporate sign. Just like, you know. Bro, I remember those memes, though. Like, back in the day, those were back in my days in middle school, bro. Like, middle school, high school. Like the let it grow, but every word they replay let it grow. Oh my gosh. When's college hockey? Natty's coming to Columbus. That's cool. That's awesome. Let's see. You're clear. That's wrong. We're getting ready here for the third period. Ready to rumble. And here we go. Let me check you. That's 40. We are almost done with these brackets as well, which is awesome. Talk about perfect timing. Okay. And there we go. Brackets are all up to date through the Tennessee-Virginia game. Okay. So there we go. That's all up to date. We are ready to roll here for this third period. And we'll see who's decisive or not. What's your preseason AFC North standings? Well, it depends. I'm going to do this based on the fact that I believe Rodgers is coming back. So I think it's going to come down to Pittsburgh or Baltimore to win the division. The Pittsburgh Steelers made a lot of improvements. They got a bona fide wide receiver too, major upgraded safety, corner, defensive line, getting Sebastian Joseph Day in there. They did a lot of moves to upgrade their team. Baltimore is just always a threat because it's Baltimore. It was going to come down to the Steelers or Ravens. Well, they're going to be 1 and 2 in any order. Then the Bengals and the Browns. That's kind of how I see it. I see Nathan saying, who are you voting for? Blue Jackets or Islanders? Honestly, I'm fine either way. Personally, I would want the Islanders to win because I think the Islanders have the wheels falling off. So I'd rather have a little bit more breathing room on Columbus and the Islanders as opposed to Columbus jumping the Penguins tonight. But I'm not hateful if Columbus wins because the Penguins get more space from the Isles. But here we go. A chance, a shot, not going to go by Greaves. And we got a whistle. We got a penalty. Going to be hooking. Hey, get off the hooker pole. Oh, my gosh. But yeah, I mean, I could go either way, really, on this. So. Oh, man. Take a look at something real quick here. That's a big hail core. Okay, ready to roll here. So it's going to be Kirill Marchenko getting 2 for hooking. So that means that the New York Islanders are going on the power play. Over to the far side, shot, dangerous area, deflected by Greaves, and the puck gets launched up into the netting. Oh yeah, Greaves has been phenomenal tonight. He's not the reason this team is losing. Greaves is the reason that they are still in this. I mean, Greaves has been incredible. So, the big problem really just comes that there's no run support. He has no run support. That's coming back to haunt him in major ways. We have an ice repair coming up. Trying to pack the ice in a little bit. Here we go. Oh, far side, circle draw. Ready to go. Face off won by the Jackets. Down low to the near side. Clearing it out. And it's going to be a no icing. Played there by Sorokin. And along the far side, going to move it out now. That's going to be off of the stick there of Schaefer. Moving it up, Coyle. Able to poke it away, but the Isles get it back out of their own end. Ready to go, wing to the near side, over to Shen. Moving it up through center into the offensive end of the near side after a couple passes down for Ritchie, who is surprisingly still in this game. Into the corner to the far side, not going to go, goes wide of the net. Barzal sends it down low, near side, Shen. Shot denied, over to the far side as it went high, and the puck is all the way out into neutral ice, taken back by Schaefer. Into the offensive end he goes, to the near side corner, down low, taken off to the far side, off of the stick of Provorov. Top of the zone, cleared out, and all the way played by the stick of Sorokin. Behind the net now, here comes Barzal, or not Barzal, Schaefer. Schaefer moving at the near side, down low, able to connect, and along the center ice area. Here come the Isles. And that's going to be 2 for tripping, but we got a phantom penalty, so the arm doesn't go up, and play continues on. Top of the zone, Tony DeAngelo from the point, near side, back again to DeAngelo, back again, tic-tac pass to Heineman, down low, back up to Heineman. What's good, Colin? How you doing, bro? Let's go. Channel member, too. Courtesy of the dude who was in here earlier. What was his name? Florida? Something? I need to get his name. I need to get his name and write it down somewhere because he was like a major chill bro. But here we go. Back on into the near side. And taking around here. Over to the far side. There goes DeAngelo. Back to full strength. And here we go through center into the offensive end. Taken now by the Jackets to the near side. The phantom penalty. There was a tripping call that should have been called against the Blue Jackets. And the refs just didn't see it. So, you know. Over to the near side, up towards the top of the zone. And that's why I called it a phantom penalty. It happened, but no call. But over to the near side, boards moving it around top of the zone from the Fantilli down low. Beautiful play by Sorokin, losing his stick. He's going to go chase it down. And over to the near side, into the offensive end, played by Jet Greaves. Over to the far side, the Isles get it top of the zone, sending it down low towards the near side. Along the boards, racing for their Boakvist, among others, and we got ourselves a whistle. All right. But we shall see here. A nice little play there. And Sorokin just doing an incredible job to just not let anything by. Oh my gosh, he's going to kill me. What was his name? What was his... I need to write it down somewhere. Because bro was awesome. Bro was awesome. Taking a look at Sorokin. Let me see here. Oh, man. Where's my quality here? Oh, here we go. Top of the zone. Shot by the Isles. Not going to go. All right. So, over to the near side. And into the corner. Far side. Battling it around now to the near from behind the net. And up along the boards, down low into the corner. Over to the near side, still down there. And aggressively playing it to the near side. Barzal up to the top of the zone, clearing it out. And taken back by the Blue Jackets. Yeah, it was Panthers J-Dub. Panthers J-Dub who was on that gifted sub. Or gifted membership. He was awesome, man. He was freaking awesome. Over to the far side, into the neutral zone. Here come the Blue Jackets out of their own end, now to the near side. Able to hit Werenski. McDavid's the only player brave enough to say something about suspension policy. I wish Sid Crosby would have stood beside. Crosby is influential. I don't know how much Crosby was involved, though, on that kind of stuff. He's not really a big talkative guy, you know what I mean? Like, even when the Pens get shafted on a bad call, he's not the first one out there saying, hey, what are you doing? And Coyle getting into it a little bit there with, who was that? With Susie. And others, everybody trying to grab their partner. But yeah, we shall see. Looking at Werenski. All right. Yo, what's good, RFK? How you doing, dude? How you doing, bro? Amen. Amen to that. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite song from this game. This is like one of my favorite songs from this game. First person to get the name of the game where this music comes from gets a cool shout out for the record. Over to the near corner, down low. I'm not sure if you guys can hear. If you guys need to pull it up, I can pull it up a little bit, but the near side, down low into the corner. Taking away the Blue Jackets, top of the zone. Werenski up to the far side. And sending it down, shot kicked away. And over to the near side along the boards. It's kicked out by the Isles into the offensive end. Here comes your chance. Working around Heineman now. And we'll see. This is why things do not change. When people stand up, then Gary and others need to listen. Yeah, and Crosby's not really one to be the first one standing up. Like, the Penguins got shafted against Winnipeg on that no goaltender interference. Like, it was bad. And your high school won the girls and boys Kentucky State Championship. First school win, both in the same year since 1998. Huh. And it's not from EDP Watch. Oh, 1928. Wow. Well, back in behind the net, Provorov over to the near side, but it's not from EDP Watch. It's actually from a game you guys are familiar with if you're on the gaming channel at all. I know I haven't been as uploading on there, but that's because my computer that I do everything for the gaming channel on is currently at Best Buy because my processor failed. And my processor died, but it was still under warranty. It was still under warranty, so I don't have to pay for a new one. I filed a warranty claim, AMD approved it, and I got the warranty. So, here we go to the near side, and it's from Pokemon X and Y, RFK. I know, the problem is all the President stuff is on that computer that's in Best Buy. Trust me, I want to get more President's Play stuff out there, but when I don't have the computer that has all the save files, I can't really do much. I have some shorts, but I know it's going to take me close to a month to make the next video. So if I upload all my shorts now, there's going to be a month where there's no content while I'm working on the next video. And that's a problem. So overtime, I smell it. I don't want overtime. Anything but overtime. Over to the near side, down low, working with it is Holmstrom behind the net. Now over to the near side along the boards. Just get real precedence. Sure. Hold on real quick. Yo, Donnie, how's it going, my man? You ready to come play some Pokemon, bro? All right, Donald Trump's gonna be here in a second. Let me call up Joe. Yo, Joe, what's going on, man? Oh, you're, what? What do you mean? Joe, just get over here. Play some Pokemon. I'll see you in 20. Oh, man. The top of the zone sent down low over to the near side. Joe's asleep. He won't answer. I don't think we get 2 scoreless periods, but I think we might get a goal by Columbus and a quick response by the Isles. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. And then maybe an empty netter by the Isles at the end. Yeah, I'm disappointed in Crosby. He and McDavid obviously know each other. They were on the same team twice, 4 Nations Olympics. Yeah, but also it's not in Crosby's nature. Throughout Crosby's whole career, he's not been the one to speak out. That's just who he is. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. That's just not who he is. He's not one to stir the pot. So it sucks, but that's kind of who he is. But here we go. Over to the far side in front of the benches. Puck gets cleared out behind the net of Greaves. And it's going to be no icing. I thought it was going to be icing for a second. But here we go. Played off of Matejchuk into the offensive end behind the net. Over to the far side. Final call, Obama. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Yo, what's up, Barack, my homeboy? Get over here. Joe and Donnie are on their way in 20. We're going to play some Pokemon. Gotcha. See ya. So here we go. Over to the far side, flipping it out now through center into the offensive end, coming the Blue Jackets along the board, sending it around top of the zone to the near side. Provorov not able to control it. Shot from the side by Marchment, not gonna go. And over to the far side. Calling RFK would be hard because, oh, you're talking RFK Jr. I was about to say RFK is dead, but RFK Jr. Oh my gosh. So here we go, clearing it out through center into the offensive end. Gonna go back in behind the net of Greaves, taken by the Isles to the far side. Working it off of, there'll be 4 overtime games, 3-2 with Vegas and Dallas. They go into, we'll see. 12:19 to go in the third. Still a lot of time. We're getting ready to step away here in the third period as well. 10:37 to go in this one. Oh my word. Them some big storms coming our way. Wow. That is crazy. Wow, 1-inch hail. Ay, ay, ay. A 1/4-inch hail? Oh my gosh. But we'll see. Also, Duck Sabres, let the scoring begin. 2024 vote was rigged. Oh my gosh. But the Ducks, that's going to be Beckett Seneca getting a goal alongside Josh Doan for the Sabres. And the Kings and Mammoth also underway in the first period as well. So all of our games are either in progress or have finished. In Ohio, it's crazy. We got crazy winds, crazy rain, and thunder. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But right now, areas between New Philadelphia and Worcester are getting hammered. Yes, I'm a bit of a weather nerd. I got the radar up because if there's going to be, like, monster hail, I want to go out and see it. They're talking 1 to 1 3/4 inch hail in this recent mesoscale discussion all around that includes my area. But, like, I'm just looking at some of the radar, and oh my gosh. Yeah, right near Weinsberg, Mount Hope, Berlin. Right in that area. It's kind of crazy. There's Obama, George W. Bush, and Obama's favorite song they all like, and Trump as well. I don't know, man. That's a toughie. Oh, man. Just taking a look at the Eastern Conference standings up. What is it? What is it? I'm curious what you say it is now. Fred Facet. I don't recognize this song from Pokemon X and Y. Who is Fred I've never heard Fred Facet. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, Barbara Ann? Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Ba 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 Barbara Ann. Yeah, now I get it. Yes. The parody. Bom 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 I ran. Bom 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 I ran. Let's make a stand. Bum I ran. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Face up to the far side and up along the near side boards. Moving it out the other way into the offensive end for Fantilli. Taken back by Schaefer. Along the near side boards, the Blue Jackets getting it back. Sillinger. Oh, yeah. You love the song so much, we do it every night now. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Cheryl, you might want to check a little bit. I think you might be a little bit behind again. Just based on conversation and when we're going through. Sometimes YouTube will buffer, and then when it buffers, it just kind of, you know, puts you behind a little couple seconds. Over time, that kind of adds up, and I think that's what happened. Well, here we go to the far corner, down low. Over to the near side, moving it up now. Here comes off the stick of Pajot. Pajot into the offensive end, behind the net now to the near side. Taking it out now is going to be Zach Werenski. And working it up now. Ooh, Brewster's about to get hammered. Back on into the corner, over to the far side. Along the boards, top of the zone. Breaking news from RFK. What is it? Into the offensive end, it's dumped, battling for possession into the corner, far side. The Isles trying to get it. Down low in there towards Barzal. And Barzal going to move it to the top of the zone. Kept in for now. Down low into the far corner and around towards the near side. Here come the Blue Jackets. Can't believe presidents fed the USA hockey team. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, bro. That is freaking crazy. Into the near corner, down low, battling for possession along the boards. One Knights legend, Babe Ruth retires at the age of 98 because he died from heart failure last night. Oh my gosh. So we will see here. Ready to roll into the near side to the offensive end. Driving down is a chance shot. Deny that shot from Garland. Over to the near side corner. The Blue Jackets trying to get possession in the offensive end in the corner near side. Moving it around. Barzal takes it away to the far side, I believe, to Schaefer. Moving it around along the boards up to Barzal. Passing the near side. Bo Horvat with a shot. Lose on the rebound. Did it cross? He shoots and scores! Who even got that goal? I don't know. I don't even know who got that goal. Oh, he's probably getting ready to zonk out because of work. But I think they're crediting it to Oh. Okay. Ooh, wow, that is a massive hail core. If I'm reading that right, near Nashville, Ohio, in Millersburg. Wow. Wow, that's a massive hail core. Wow. So here we go. The Isles now with a 2-0 lead. Oh man, we want cramps. We want Mama Realm. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Let's though just keep an eye on. Oh, wait a minute. They're challenging goalie interference? I think the Blue Jackets are challenging goalie interference, which they might win that case if the NHL knows what goalie interference is, because Jet Greaves was stuck on his backside, prevented from being able to make the save. I don't know. It actually goes in off Olivier. Oh, well, we get another goal horn for the Islanders. Oh, man. But yeah, we'll see. They might, I don't know. Anders Lee does kind of crash into Jet Greaves, but part of that's because of Olivier shoving him in there. I don't think you have enough to overturn it is the problem. I don't think you have enough to overturn it. And that's the problem. I genuinely don't think there's enough. Because he gets pushed in by Olivier. Terrible towel? Where? This is a terrible towel. I have a terrible towel right here. This actually has terrible towel has an autograph on it. Can't recall who. My dad said he's trying to figure it out. But here's the terrible towel I got when the Pens play. But I don't know that you have enough to overturn the goal. Is the problem. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that is terrible towel on top of the mini fridge. Yeah, because Greaves made the stop. He went to go in. He gets crashed in by Lee, but Olivier is kind of thrusting him in there. So I don't think you have enough to overturn it is the problem. But I think this stands. What's in the mini fridge is a whole bunch of Coke Zero. The greatest soda known to mankind. In fact, I drink so much of this stuff that just like how Matt Pat could tell the difference between can, fountain, and bottled Diet Coke, I can tell you the difference. You know, I can tell the difference. If I'm blind taste test, I can tell you if Coke Zero came out of a can, out of a bottle, or out of the fountain. I am fully confident in that. Because there is a slightly different taste to it. Let's see, it's gonna be a goal. What? What? They overturned it. How do you overturn that? Toronto, okay, that call right there just confirmed to me that Toronto is biased against the Penguins. That just confirmed to me that Toronto is biased against the Penguins. Because that is almost the same exact situation as what happened yesterday to Artur Shilov's. In a sense. And in this case, I thought he was shoved in by Olivier. Wow. Where was this used in the game? Where was this used in the game? I don't remember this. But either way, to the near side corner, down low, over to the far side. Top of the zone, sent down by Columbus, in front of the net, gets deflected to the near side. Down low from Werenski to the far side, moving it up towards the top of the zone, and puck gets cleared up, taken back down by the Blue Jackets. Behind the net towards the near side they go, and it's going to get moved up by the Isles along the far side boards. Cleared all the way out, played by Greaves over to the near side, Werenski behind the net. Over to the far side, moving it now in front of Greaves. Oh my gosh, big hail balls are falling down in Ohio. Well, I can tell you right now, by Brewster, there's probably some hail. Some pretty hefty hail. Probably near Millersburg, there's some hefty hail. There's a lot of areas where hail could be. There's a whole lot of areas where hail could be out in Ohio. Ooh, that's a concerning one near Greenville. Potentially. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of hail going down tonight. But to the far side, moving it around towards the top of the zone, and the Isles are going to try and clear the zone near side, kept in by the Jackets. To the near side, into the corner near side, taking it down low, not able to fully connect, and the puck gets cleared out. Into the offensive end for the Isles, to the near side. In there is Palat, taken back by Provorov. And here come the Blue Jackets, moving it up through center, but the Isles ripping it away. Yeah, dude, what happened, I think, and this is the theory I swear by. Toronto is still mad that Kyle Dubas got ripped away from Toronto to go to Pittsburgh. So they want to screw the Penguins because Dubas left for Pittsburgh and started building a winner. That's what happened. But here we go. First soft drink called soda. Not pop. If you're in Kentucky, it's Coke. Everything's Coke. Oh, I'll take a 7-Up Coke. I'll take a Pepsi Coke. But here we go, to the far side, into the offensive end, passing across and ready to go. That's only in, like, Kentucky. That puck gets cleared out over to the near side. Werenski now into the offensive end. He takes it. Near side, passing up along the boards. Actually, most Kentucky people call him Pop. Huh. Well, here we go. Over to the far side corner. And along the boards, the Blue Jackets moving it towards the top of the zone, clearing the zone. 4.5 to go. The Blue Jackets in urgency mode. And ready to roll to the near side, down low, up towards the top of the zone. On the far side, chance shot, not able to punch it in. Over to the near side, top of the zone, Provorov down low, shot goes wide. That shot attempt there off of the stick of, I believe that was off of Heinen. Back down into the area behind the net. Oh man. Vegas to lose, your Oilers fan too. I have a soft spot for the Oilers actually. Because I went to college in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and watched a lot of Fort Wayne Comets games. And the Comets feed into the Oilers system. So by proxy, I kind of got a bit of a soft spot for Edmonton. But that puck going to be iced, not iced. Over to the near side, over to the far, played by Tony DeAngelo, up to the top of the zone, and clearing it out, taken back by the Blue Jackets. Shut up, you all are Oilers haters. Oh, man, it's to the near side, towards the top of the zone, and that puck moving out into the offensive end. Here come the Islanders, losing control of that puck, back to the Blue Jackets. Fantilli into the offensive end, trying to find somewhere to go from the top of the zone, wing to wing, Werenski. Passing, shot denied, loose in front of the net, going down low. Behind the net now, over to the near side, up to the point, shot denied, over to the far side. Goes high and wide. Top of the zone, near side, down low. Shot saved by Sorokin. A beautiful play there. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. Okay. We are ready to rock and rodeo. Joey's saying Blue Jackets are mid. I don't know how to go that far, but, you know, the Blue Jackets are playing fairly consistent hockey ever since they fired the coach. It just goes to show the power of a coach. I think the Islanders are more of a potential fraud, if I'm being honest. I think that the Isles really have more struggles in consistency. Easy to have a soft spot for the Oilers, great people. Absolutely. Okay. So we shall see here. Taking a look at the rest of the NHL. The Kings and Mammoth tied up at 2 apiece. Crow's able to get the 2 goals for the Mammoth. For the Kings, Byfield and LaFerriere. Also, the Flames up 3-2. Darren Radish getting a goal alongside that going to be Mikhail Backlund for the Flames. 3-2 there, Flames over Lightning. And at the end of the game, it's going to be McNabb, or no, it's either McNabb or Riley Smith. One of the two. I think it's Riley Smith got the game-winning goal. And it's going to be a final score 3-2, Knights over the Stars. Oh, man. Austria has great people unless they're painters. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we shall see here. Ref talking it over with the Owls bench after overturning the second goal of the game. Oh, a huge win for Vegas. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Stars have to wait another day to clinch a playoff spot. Vegas scored. Oh, man. Bro, that'll go until the end of this game if I play it. So here we go. Near side faceoff going to be won by the Blue Jackets. Top of the zone shot. Werenski saved by Sorokin. Oh, no. It's not the last day of the season, but the Stars got to wait another day to clinch a playoff spot. If they would have won, they would have clinched. The win and a Utah loss. Here we go to the near side, down low, working that puck around to the far side, Kirill Marchenko. Oh, what day is the last day? It's the 16th. Playoffs begin on the 18th of April. So we're in the last month of the season. And here we go to the far side, battling along the boards, gets cleared out. Taken back on the far side. Here come the Blue Jackets, wing to wing to the near side. Off the stick of Werenski into the offensive end. Battling that out now, Tony DeAngelo along the boards. Oh my gosh. So here we go, Werenski back into the offensive end. 2:15 to go in regulation. The Blue Jackets find themselves down 1 to the Isles. 20 shots on goal for Columbus, 22 for the Islanders. Up to the point, shot loose by Sorokin, and he sits his booty patootie on the puck and freezes it. All right. Nice little save there. I cannot believe only 1 goal in this game. I know. It's been crazy, bro. It has been crazy. Oh, man. So we'll see. Ready to roll. Empty that already for Columbus. Oh, Jimmy Columbus pulling the goalie. Oh, Columbus with the extra attacker, offensive zone draw. Speed over, can I get it? I don't know, man. But here we go. Top of the zone, a chance, far side. Cycling around, shot, saved by Sorokin. A lot of stop and go now as we cross 2 minutes remaining in the period. 2:01. Okay. Oh, we shall see here. Ready to roll. Okay. No. I don't even know what you're referring to. But no. A chance near side. Around the far side. Top of the zone gets cleared out. Trying to battle for possession down low. There goes Werenski out of his own end. Columbus with the extra attacker. And ready to move it up now into the offensive end of the far side corner down low. I don't even wear a Speedo, bro. And absolutely not. But here we go. Top of the zone to the far side. Taken by Werenski. From the far side corner high down low. Now passing in front. Chance denied. Top of the zone. Werenski again. Working with that puck to the far side. Shot denied wide right. Rushing off a body. Over to the near side boards. Along down into the corner. Ready to move it along, down low. Marchman in there, in the tie-up, in the near side corner, down low. 1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute. Over to the far side. Referring, yeah, it's crazy. The Pens could learn from this game for sure. For sure. I mean, they need to learn how to play defense. Top of the zone, down low, far side now from the point. Not able to connect. And we got that. We got a whistle here. 44.4 to go. We'll see. Okay. Oh, let's see. Ready to rumble. Like we got a timeout for Columbus, it looks like. Oh, man. Who wins? 1990 Vegas or 1876 Kraken? Oh, my gosh. And, yeah, no overtime. That's the big takeaway here. Penguins fans, we do not want overtime. Anyone can win, just as long as there's no overtime. Okay. Oh, let's see. No OT. We're going to Kirill Marchenko. Presumably going to leave the empty net here for the Blue Jackets. The Isles winning 30 of 49 faceoffs. The Blue Jackets winning the other 19. And here we go. Oh, we're that against. That going to be against Charlie Coyle. And here we go. Far side circle in the offensive end for Columbus. Face off, going to be one up to the top of the zone by Columbus. Near side shot, loose to the far side. Battling it along the boards. And tied up. Nope, they do have the empty net now. And that puck gets cleared out. Chasing it back to the near side. Back into the defensive end. Up to the offensive end. Sent to the near side corner down low. Over to the far side from Schaefer. 20 seconds remain in regulation. Down low into the corner, near side. Marchman in there. Down low behind the net. The Blue Jackets on the attack. Trying to center pass in front of the net. Not able to connect. 10, 9, 8. Kept in by Werenski. 6, 5, 4. In the near corner. 3, 2. Behind the net. 1. And that is game. The New York Islanders toppling the Columbus Blue Jackets by a final score of 1-0. Talk about a crazy game and an incredible finish by both of these teams. And the Penguins are the true winners of this game because, well, they get a little bit of breathing room. The Islanders are going to fall off. The Blue Jackets don't overtake the Penguins today. Pittsburgh's the big winner of this game. Really. I mean, the Isles are going to fall off. Don't get me wrong. They're going to fall off. You blame Iran. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah. I mean, this game, the Penguins are the big winners of it. Far and away. Far and away. Yes, the Pens did lose 5-1. But I think they're going to get... I think that was what they needed to get a kick in the butt. So, don't get me wrong. It was a bad loss today, but I think that was the kick in the butt the Penguins needed. The Penguins have been playing a lot more consistently, though. The Isles have given me concern because they're not really consistent in a lot of senses. So, I kind of see that as a concerning point here. I don't know if the Islanders are able to finish it out because, again, they have struggled to do what they got to do. They've struggled to be consistent in it. Who do the Pens play? I've been watching March Madness. The Pens played the Hurricanes today. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that the Penguins ended up, learning from today to be able to get a big win. Even if it's not a big win, but just play it close against the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado's going to come out guns a-blazing after what happened in Colorado last week. So, that's the big thing. Colorado's going to come out guns a-blazing, don't get me wrong. And I think Sorokin's going to get first star of the game. We'll see. Stars of the game here going to be your third star. Number 4, Carson Soucy of the Islanders. Second star of the game has to be Bo Horvat, I think, and then top star Ilya Sorokin. That's my thought process there. Second star of the game, number 14, Bo Horvat. Getting ready to toss the puck out to the fans. Ooh, there we go. And your first star of the game, number 30 in goal, Ilya Sorokin. Pitching a shutout tonight. Big, big win there for the Isles. And it keeps their playoff hopes alive. What NASCAR race will we stream if we hit 1K? Well, we'll figure that out when we get to that point. But we will do another one. Man. But yeah, we shall see. I like Horvat. Oh yeah, Horvat's a pretty chill dude, man. He's a pretty chill dude. With that being said, though, I do think I am going to wrap up this stream here. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like, drop a sub, all that fun jazz. Tomorrow, we'll be live yet again. That going to be for the one lone hockey game. The Rangers taking on the Senators at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys stick around for that. We'll catch you guys later, RFK. Amen to that. But with that, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out and have a good one.